Sorry. Welcome, my snogs, back to the second episode of What If, a series where we go over what if scenarios. And today's episode is a bit of a special one. Godzilla, the king of the monsters, alive for 70 years, over 27 movies. That's a lot of movies. But the question we're asking today is, what if Godzilla was real? Let's get started on what Godzilla we're picking to be real. There's quite a few options, but I think one of the most probable ones is one that's not even physically real. GMK, or Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Out Attack from 2001. It's my personal favorite Godzilla, and it's the Godzilla we'll be using for this analysis. So, GMK is a bit of a weird one. Unlike traditional Godzillas, he's not a force of nuclear bombs, but he's the spirits of dead, vengeful soldiers from World War II come back and manifested into Godzilla, which then attacked Japan, and then the main protagonists of the film summon the three guardian monsters, Baragon, King Ghidorah, and Mothra, to come fight Godzilla. Godzilla kills them all, but then dies. So we're going to be using him, as he's not physically real, and he's just like a bunch of spirits, even though he is technically physical and he can bleed, but it just makes the most sense. So let's get on to it. First, where would he spawn? Pacific Ocean. That's where Godzilla traditionally is in all the movies and such. So we'll be starting in the Pacific Ocean. He appears whenever. We'll say modern day. And he has three options. He can go to Asia, which would be Japan, maybe China, or he could go this way to North America. I just realized this is North America for you guys, and this would be Japan for you guys, because this will be flipped. So, sorry about that. Anyway, he could go to North America, which would bring him along the west coast. He could also go to Costa Rica, just the entirety of the west, North American, Central America, even South America, just the west coast of those countries and continents. So, Godzilla, being the force that he is quite scary, especially in modern day. We do not have the technological advances that all these fictional movies do have. We have normal military, we don't have laser guns and giant drills that can go through Godzilla's skin. And we don't have mythical dragons, or moths, or whatever Baragon was. But it's interesting to see what would happen. So let's just say he went to the west coast of the United States. Say he landed San Diego. Catastrophic. Immediately, people would probably be taking videos and posting it online, probably not believing what they're seeing. Until people start dying is when the military actually gets involved and doesn't think it's just a fluke. Probably the government of California would send out their military, or the entirety of the U.S. Maybe they would even send out a message to the rest of the world saying, hey, there's a giant atomic lizard on our border, please help. But the destruction Godzilla would cause, specifically GMK, being that he's not too strong, he's not too weak, would be catastrophic. GMK is a bit weird. He seems to have enjoyment, or at least fulfillment in the demise or destruction of others and things around him. Yes, he's quite evil. But this Godzilla is like no other. He's not that big. He's not. Millennium Godzilla, besides Final Wars, wasn't that big. And GMK wasn't an exception. GMK was quite averagely sized compared to everyone else, but he did have the most aggression and the most tactical traits. So the US would probably get involved, use their military, and call it a day. But the thing is, Godzilla is so unbelievably strong, at least compared to modern day military uses, or our modern day military advancements. We do not have the capabilities to handle Godzilla. And what that means for the rest of the world, the West Coast falls. There's nothing we can do about it. Godzilla will destroy the West Coast. Then either he moves inland, or he goes down to another coast near the west coast of the United States. He could go to Japan, and millions upon millions of lives would be lost. Even billions. But there's literally no hope. Godzilla is so abnormally strong compared to what we have in real modern day society that no matter what we did or what we could do, Godzilla would destroy us all. No matter how long it would take, Godzilla can live for an exceptionally long time. It's never actually explained, but I'm pretty sure ghosts can live forever. So, I think we're not surviving. No matter how much time it takes, Godzilla will probably wipe out the entirety of the world. Will it look cool as heck? Yeah. Would it be absolutely scary? Yeah. Would it possibly reset the entirety of the ecosystem? Quite possibly. With humans wiped off the earth and most of our urban industries, factories, and houses being destroyed, life can begin to take over again. Not only does the radiation coming off of Godzilla provide maybe even more extra life, like larger plants or animals, but also new mutations and new strands of species. Godzilla is not only wiping off humans from the face of the earth, but he's also resetting Earth's entire surface, possibly making waters toxic, or possibly resetting the ecosystems to birth anew. Godzilla would not only be Godzilla, he would probably, in our defense, be a literal god. We have nothing to combat him. But that is Godzilla from, GMK. What about Singular Point? Not Singular Point. -1. He got killed by 1940s military. Not true. His face might have been blasted into pieces, but as we can obviously tell, -2 is happening, and Godzilla can regenerate. It doesn't matter if his entire face has been blown off, he will probably come back to life. What about the original 1954 Godzilla? Or what about the 2002 or 2003 Godzilla as presented here with my gorgeous Godzilla Tokyo SOS figure from 2020? What about possibly the invention of Kiryu over hundreds of years of us being, attacked? Or what if we were attacked by Zilla. Who knows? Zilla was taken down by basic military explosives, specifically American ones. So, why couldn't we do that in real life? The question that we've asked, what if Godzilla was real, isn't really a question if he was real. It was if we would be able to defeat him. But if Godzilla was real, he would defy the laws of physics completely, being too heavy for literally his own legs to support himself. He would literally crumble under his own weight. Sorry if I sound terrible right now. I'm getting over a pretty bad sickness. But that is no matter. We will continue with the What If series. Comment down below if you want this to be a 3-part series, which then the next one would be the last. Or if you want this to be the full 5 episodes, and if so, tell me what the last 2 you would want to be. Because the last 2 I came up with, What If Pontiac still existed, and What If Snog never existed, are pretty lame. Anyway, it doesn't matter if Godzilla was real, it matters which Godzilla was real. Like this 1960s Godzilla vs. Mothra mask that I put on in the beginning of this video. What about that one? Or what about any of them? It's up to which Godzilla you're picking. That's the whole thing. But anyway, guys, I hoped you enjoyed this What If video. If you did, please like and subscribe and join the Discord. Please. Please, I'm begging you. It's on my channel page. Click on my icon down below. Go to my channel page. Click on my Discord. You get some stuff. You get to chat with me if I ever reply. Or do a Discord video, which I would if you guys joined. And also, 60 subscriber club. Come on. Wait, no. 100. We hit 50. We're at 55. We can do it. Make it to 100. We got this. I'll give you a hint for next video. It involves Colossal bioengineering. And if you don't know who they are, they're the people who brought back the dire wolf. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Please, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next episode of What If. Goodbye. I can't end videos. What is wrong with me?